Hey everyone, welcome back to GMR versus RC. I'm Eric for Game Mode Retro.
This is Bill with Retro Comparisons.
And I know that we introduce ourselves each time, but they all kind of know who we are because this is the 7th season.
Season 7. That's usually when shows jump the shark, right? Maybe before that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I feel like season 7, though, we're like in the thick of... If they're still with us at this point, then they actually really like us. So that's pretty cool.
I would hope so.
And we've been on a little bit of a hiatus the past, few months. So
yeah, like the whole summer.
Yeah, the whole summer. We're doing like summery things and family things and whatnot. But thanks for sticking with us. We're back. It is, season 7 of GMR versus RC, where we go head to head. It's very cutthroat. We go head to head and we play video games. So we're gonna do He's like the Undertaker. Speaking of that, I have the Undertaker behind us in the original. So it's the retro Hasbro's really, but it's the original ring. It was actually your ring when you were a kid.
That's right. You cleaned it all up.
Cleaned it all up, and so it got some Ultimate War in there, giving the Gorilla Plus Slam to Undertaker. So cool stuff.
Who would win?
So I don't know at this point. So who won that match when they didn't televise it? Was it a televised match?
Yeah, I think they used to do like body bag matches.
Oh, the casket match.
It was just like house shows and stuff.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So we're back. It's going to be our quick introduction video of what we're doing for this season. We're going to do 10 games again. At this point, you already know what the console is if you click on the video. So we're going to do the SNES, and we're going to do our pick of the best 10 beat 'em ups.
Yeah. So normally we try to surprise each other with a list, but because there's so few and we have to make sure they're all like 2-player games, we decided to discuss with each other to narrow it down.
Right.
So.
And
surprises.
And we have done a few of these as we go through the picks. We've done a few of these before, but all the picks that we've done for the most part were before we were doing video. It was just the audio from like a couple years ago, so it was pretty.
Those are bad episodes. I mean, it wasn't even the video game; it was just like the audio of the video game.
Right.
Yeah. That was bad.
It was pretty well. I mean, like it worked out during the pandemic. I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
It got me up to a pretty good amount of subscribers, so I'm not.
But no, I'm saying there wasn't even like video game footage. It was just the audio of the video games.
Are you saying like back in like the old days?
Yeah.
Over my head. Anyway, so we're going to do the 10 best beat 'em ups that we picked. And Bill, why don't you take us, since you technically did win last season, so why don't you you go ahead with the first pick of the...
All right, my first pick is Pirates of Darkwater.
So you mentioned this before. I don't think I've ever played that game before.
I hadn't either until I did the Genesis versus SNES series, and it's really cool. I like the SNES version better than the Genesis. They're like two different games.
As you can see right here, it's pretty cool artwork too. It's up here, right here.
Where?
It's right here.
I thought you had like a poster.
No, it's right here, in between us.
I see.
When I edit the video, we'll be right there. You see?
You pointed over there. Like
I did not point. I would no, whatever. All right, so Pirates Darkwater. It's a co-op game, so that should be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. We'll start the season out with that. My first pick is one we have done before, but it is a great game. The first version, is not 2-player in SNES, so we went with Final Fight 2 for the SNES.
I like Final Fight 2 better than I thought I would. Because I've heard bad things about that one, where I've heard great stuff about 3 and then 1, obviously.
Was it more because of the adaptation from like the arcade to the home console?
I think it was more because it's more the same from the first one.
Okay.
But I don't know. I like all 3 a lot. They all bring something different.
I think they're great games. I think we're playing beat 'em up, so we can't do this without doing that.
Exactly. I mean, you gotta throw Final Fight in there if we're gonna do SNES.
100%. All right. So number 3 is gonna go over to Bill.
Stone Protectors. Do you remember that show?
It was based on a TV show?
Pretty sure it was a show, unless I'm making that up in my head.
Well, we'll look at it when I put up the editing right here. We'll see. Looks pretty cool. Good cover art. Good cover art. Cool. No, I don't think I'm familiar with that at all, really.
That's another one I did for the series there, the Genesis versus SNES.
Do you remember what series, what channel it may have been on? Was it like a cartoon or something?
Yeah, I think it was probably like ABC or Fox, one of those ones in the morning.
All right, cool. So number 4 for me for Game of Retro is going to be I picked this slowly off the cover art on the box. It's pretty cool. You can see right here. But Brawl Brothers.
Is it like Super Smash Brothers?
I don't really know.
No.
I didn't look at the gameplay for it, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen the cover to this before, but I've actually never played it.
Yeah, so that should be good.
Kind of curious.
So that's number 4. So Brawl Brothers for GMR, and then RC is going with for number 5.
So in the same vein, one I've never played before, I want to kind of see what this is like. The Peacekeepers.
I mean,
we're gonna keep the peace by beating the crap out of people.
I like that. So. And what's funny is I feel like there really isn't a lot of beat 'em ups on the SNES, and I feel like there's so many that I haven't heard of. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah. Also, you get like Final Fight 1 we can't do because it's 1 player. there's 3 of them. We're not going to do 2 and 3,
Right.
stuff like that. So
yeah, we have done. I think like a year ago we did 3 of the Final Fights, 1 for Final Fight CD, and then we did 2 and 3 on SNES. So we did 3 of the series at that time.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so number 6 for GMR for me is going to be Rival Turf with the exclamation point.
Make sure you get that in
Rival
there.
Turf.
It's not a question.
Yeah.
Rival Turf.
It's like we always do Seinfeld references. So top of the muffin to you. No, it is. It is. All right, so Rival I know nothing about it, but again, the cover art.
Yeah, another one I've seen the cover art too.
Yeah.
And like this looks like so 90s, you know.
Some of the write-ups on some of these games were like, didn't get critical acclaim, and it did make a pretty cool list. So we'll see how it looks when I actually play it.
They can't all be gems, right?
They cannot be. So episode number 7 is going to be a pick from Bill.
Captain Commando.
Another great game.
We played this one together too. This
Yep.
is actually the 2nd episode I ever did for anything on my channel. So
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is like the aliens, right? That he fights aliens as Captain Commando?
Is it aliens?
I can't remember what it was.
People.
Maybe, okay.
No, I can't remember. Now you're
I
turning me
can't remember, but I do remember playing it, and I remember it being a fun game.
Yeah, I like that game a lot.
Awesome. So Captain Commando. And then for number 8, we're going with, I feel like we're playing Nintendo and we're playing, beat 'em ups. We had to go with Super Double Dragon.
You gotta throw a Double Dragon in for a beat 'em up.
Again, it's like, it's a Super NES, so we're going to have to put Super for like Super C and all this other cool stuff.
But it's like the N64.
Well, Super C was actually on NES, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, NES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, 64, everything was either something 64 or
Right.
something 2000.
Right. It was supposed
So
to be
it's
called
like-
the Ultra 64, right?
Yeah, was it?
Ultra.
That might have been the
think so.
prototype thing. Kind of like the Dolphin with the...
All right, so Super Double Dragon. And then number 9 is going to Bill.
I'm doing... We have it on here written Spider-Man Separation Anxiety. I think it's like Spider-Man Venom or Venom Spider-Man Separation Anxiety.
Okay.
Hopefully we picked the right one. So one of them is 1-player, one is a 2-player game.
Well, we're going to do the 2-player version, but what's so cool about that...
So I think it's that one. It might be Maximum Carnage, but I think it's this one.
I think it's this one. I think we double checked, but I'm excited because I don't know anything about it. So is it beat 'em up?
Yeah, it's good. It's not the greatest, but it's good.
Well, I mean, this is what's fun about it. We're gonna have some fun and beat each other up and have some fun. So the last episode, number 10 of this season 7, will be from myself, and we're gonna do Knights of the Round. We've done that previously together as well, but that was again before. That was just audio, no video, as far as like us in the same room. So that should be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that was like really fun. It really surprised me when we did that one.
Yeah, I'm excited. That should be good. So if you follow the channel before and follow GMR versus RC, we always do 10 games. We're going to have retro cards where we can throw at each other while we're playing. So there's 1 tie up the score. There's a 1 subtract a point and a 1 add a point that we can play each of us one time throughout the season.
We're literally throwing the cards at each other.
This time, I mean, we are doing beat 'em up, so maybe I should knock you out and things like that. So it should be fun.
So we'll have to figure out episode per episode. I think we're probably going to do probably like high score. I think it's the best way. Either that or like 10 minutes or 15 minutes and somebody dies first. We'll have to figure it out.
And I feel like I'll probably throw in a time where I cheat or something along those lines.
A time? Probably like
Only
every
one.
episode.
Only one.
Anytime you're losing, be like, oh, well, this time it's because you died more times.
Well, you can eat a bag. But anyway, we are super excited. We haven't done this in a while. It's been hard to get time together, but we're super pumped to get this done. So season 7 coming at you, GMR versus RC, our favorite top 10 picks for best beat 'em ups.
And I think we're going to get started on the first episode today.
I think we might. Yeah, so we will. So also, I didn't mention this yet, but this is a different WrestleMania shirt than I had
You had
previously.
6 last time. We're going back in time.
So this is a different one. So I may wear this one throughout the season again.
Great. And I have to sit like less than a foot away
I
from
know.
you and smell you the whole season.
It's great. I love it.
You claim to have watched it between episodes last time, but I don't necessarily believe that. So
Well, we'll see. I definitely was telling the truth, but we'll see how it goes. But all right, so for Game of Retro, this has been Eric.
and Bill with retro comparisons.
And I was thinking, since this is like a beat 'em up type series, we should go out with an intro video out with a bang.
Like what type of bang?
That type of bang. We'll see you next time.